morning. I should open those windows. All right, forget it. I just went to church this morning. That's why I'm looking all fresh and fly. I actually have a shirt on. So I had a question from a friend. He asked, what does my diet consistently look like? And how can he eat to gain more muscle? He says he's working out hard. He said he's eating a lot of food and he doesn't feel healthy. And if the food sometimes doesn't feel digested, he doesn't feel like he can get a good workout in. Let's start with the first part of that question from our friend. What does my diet consist of? I used to be a huge macronutrient eater and used to track my macros. That's basically where part of this video is going to go. That's the other part of that question, is you probably should track your macros. It's the second part. If you are working out hard, let's actually just tackle the second part first. If you're working out hard, you feel like you're eating quite a bit of food, and you feel like you're kind of sluggish from all the food you're eating, well, you're probably been there, done that. You're probably trying to smash so many calories in that you don't care if you're eating healthy calories anymore. And it's all a bunch of crap, and your body doesn't know what to do when it eats a bunch of crap. So it slows down. The digestive process slows down. It's trying to figure out what is all these chemicals, what are all these things. That kind of goes into, and so that's why it's important, very important to track your macros and to eat actual whole foods, plants, fruits and vegetables and grains, things that came from the planet, not recently genetically modified or invented in the last 100 years, the things that have been the same since our ancestors were eating them. So we have the same genetic code as our ancestors. And when we eat a genetically modified thing like corn, people think, oh, look at all that corn in my poop. I don't remember eating any corn. That's a Austin Powers quote. Well, it's because it's genetically modified and your body actually doesn't know how the hell to process it. Did you know that? It took me about 22 years of life and a college degree to learn that. The reason you have corn in your shit is because your body doesn't know what to do with it, because corn is so genetically modified. Wow, right? It's not cleaning you out. It's not doing anything good for you. Your body just doesn't know what the hell to do with it, along with a lot of other genetically modified things. That's why non-GMO is the only way. Genetically modified is just conveniency, and it's to reduce cost. And so you're worth it. We're all worth it. We're worth living a good life. You're not worth putting crap inside your body. You're not worth paying 50 cents, $1 cheaper for non-GMO crap that your body's not going to be able to digest, and you're just putting in your body to feel full and sluggish and to complain more about how you don't get your shit done because you're slow and sluggish because you spent $1, you saved $1 to buy a GMO product versus a non-GMO product. And that's also a little spiel on GMOs. So, and that ultimately goes into my eating habits. First, we'll continue with the second part. You need to, so we can conform them. I personally, and I also recommend this for everyone because it's what's worked best for me, eat about a 50% split on fat, low battery, notification. I eat about a 50% split, 50 to 40% split on fat, about a 30 to 40% split on my protein, and about a 20 to 25% split on my carbohydrates. And what does that do for me? It keeps my body in a state of general ketosis. I also use intermittent fasting. I won't eat most days until about 11 or 1 o'clock, allowing my body at least about 12 to 17 hours of fasted time. So studies have shown that digesting happens at a maximum of 12 hours. So from the last time you ate your meal, you have until about 12 hours maximum with most people's body, even a slow digesting body, slow metabolism, before your body enters into a fasted state. To me, fasted used to be like, oh shit, the fire truck's coming, like we got an emergency, I gotta get food in my body, I can't be fasted, that's dangerous. No, you need to be fasted. It's gonna make it, I'm just gonna Just cut off there and make that into a whole nother video about how important fasting is. So my diet consists of high healthy fats, a high diet of healthy fats, a high diet in beautiful proteins, and a low carbohydrate diet, which doesn't normally consist of short chain carbohydrates, typically longer chain carbohydrates. And what I mean by that is short chains are typically, all carbohydrates are sugar. The longer chain carbohydrates take longer to digest in the body, typically like fibers, and they add substance to the body. So if you have a short digesting carbohydrate like a sugar, you're obvious, a child can figure this out. You're gonna go up, you're gonna come down. Within an hour to two, you digested the whole carbohydrate. There's nothing digesting in your body. There's no source of energy. And you stimulated your insulin, which is your energy, or your insulin was stimulated because of the carbohydrate response. Now you have an insulin crash because your insulin went way up because the carbohydrate digested so quick. Thus, why it's important to choose a long digesting carbohydrate. All right, so if you're working out hard, you're not getting any muscle, you need to track your macros. I recommend MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is going to help give you a breakdown of your daily macro content, and you're going to be allowed to take pictures of meal labels. It's a beautiful program. I've used it for many of years. If you are watching this video and you're not aware of it, please invest your time into MyFitnessPal and tracking your macronutrients and turn it into a religion, into part of your lifestyle. You must be doing that if you want to if you don't want to be, wasting your time in the gym and you want to see your results, and you need to be tracking and do it for a little while and understand how your body feels when you put in this many calories and what that many calories really looks like. What does my diet consist of? Once again, it's going to be, most days I eat eggs, most days I eat steak, most days I eat chicken, most days, all of my beef is typically grass-fed. Another video, grass-fed animals and butter contains DHA, which is something that we get from, is an essential fatty acid for the brain to develop and continue to be awesome. And so there's just not a lot of other places that we can actually find DHA, fish oil. And so unless you're eating fish every day, you're just not getting enough DHA to the brain scene. And so that's why grass-fed is so important. And then once again, we're feeding our cows GMO'd grain to get them nice, healthy, and fat as quick as possible to get it onto your dinner table. Because that sounds great, right? No, that sounds awful. So, grass-fed beef, grass-fed steak, grass-fed buffalo, eggs, avocados, protein shakes, vegetable protein. Vegetable protein is a 4 to 10. Well, animal protein is a 2 to 10. Every 10 grams of protein you eat, 2 animal proteins are digested successfully. 4 plant proteins are digested successfully. All right, so we're gonna leave it there. Done.